Hello everyone and welcome to Think Python. Today we'll learn more about strings. So first of all, let me write a string for you. I use a variable name mst for message and I define a string as God is great, right? And I know that you can very easily print this string message by using a print statement. So by using a print statement, inside I'll say print mst and I run the program. So at the output terminal I have this God is great printed here. So it is done. Now what if I want to print a statement? Let me delete this print statement for a while. So what if I want to print a statement like this where I want to keep God inside the double quotation marks like this? Now what is happening here? The moment I use these double quotation marks, right? So here Python thinks that the string has ended here because we use the double quotation marks for the starting and ending of a string. So Python would think that the string has ended here and it is not able to understand this part of the sentence. So in order to fix this, what I can do is I can use double quotation marks and single quotation marks interchangeably. Let me show you how. So here I'll start my string with a single quotation marks, right? God in double quotation marks is great, and now I'll end this with a single quotation mark. See, the error has gone. So now if I print this again, you'll see that we have a clear message with God typed in the double quotation marks. Amazing, right? So similarly, if you want to print a text which has apostrophe s in it, let me show you how. So I'll delete this print statement for a while. Now for example, I want to print God's acts are great, right? And I end this. Now what is happening here? Now this apostrophe s is mistakenly understood by Python as the end of the string, and it will only consider this part of my sentence as the string and it will not understand the remaining part. So here also what I can do is I can use the double quotation marks to start and end my string statement. So I'll use double quotation marks in the beginning and likewise I'll use double quotation marks in the end. So see, the red light has the line has gone and now your code is error free. So let's see how it is printed on the screen. So I'll print mst, I'll run the code here and let us see what is happening at the output terminal. Perfect. So God's acts are great, right? So usage of apostrophe s and usage of double quotation marks inside a sentence can be correctly implemented by using the definition of a statement interchangeably by using double quotation marks or by using single quotation marks, right? Now we have learned to print small phrases so far. You are able to print a word, you are able to print a small phrase, but what if it's a long one having multiple lines like a paragraph or maybe an email? So for that we can use triple quotation marks. Let me show you how. So if I have a new message here, right? So what you can do is type quotation marks 3 times. 1, 2 and 3, right? So you automatically have the starting and the ending of the quotation marks. Hit enter. So you can start typing your text here. For example, you can type hello, how are you doing today, right? Again I move to the next line by hitting enter. I'll say have a great day ahead, right? Again I'll move to the next line. I'll say goodbye, right? And I again hit enter. Now this is my new message which is having multiple lines, right? So multiple lines can only be implemented if you are using triple quotation marks. And let's see how this is seen on the output terminal by using the print statement. So I'll print this message, I'll run the code. Perfect. So we have these multiple lines of code printed perfectly here at the output terminal. Now we can use the quotation marks as the defaults also. Alright, let's learn one more thing. You can get a particular character of a given string printed on the output screen. Let me show you how. So I'll delete this for a while and I'll write a small message, maybe the earlier one. God is great. Alright, now I want, out of this string, I want only the first character to be printed. Now how do I do that? Now for doing it, what you can do is print. By using a print statement, you are going to type something on the screen, and now message is the variable name. So message, if I use the square brackets here, right, and inside the square bracket, let us say I type 0. Now what this would give me? So this would give me or return me a character which is at the 0th index. So let me show you how indexing is done in Python. For example, if this is a string, now Python indexes all the characters starting from 0. So this is index number 0, index number 1, index number 2, and so on, right? So if you want to print the message, what character is there in the string message at 0th index. So let's see what it returns. So let me delete this. Alright, and hit print. G. So we have a G here. That means at 0th index there is a G. Similarly, if I change the index, let us say I give it 1, so I should have O at the output. So let's see. So there's an O. Beautiful, right? So that means this is how indexing is done in Python. You can also use negative index to print characters from the last. For example, if you print -1 here, so -1 is the character. Python is going to read it now from the reverse direction. So if I give -1, I hit this button and I see a T here. So T is the last character of the string. You can also print -2. So if you print -2, so it should return A here. So this is the second last character starting from the reverse direction. So run the program. So there's an A here, right? So this is how indexing is done by Python. Now you can also extract few characters instead of just one. So here I've shown you how to extract one particular character out of a string. You can also extract few characters. So let me show you how it is done. Now to extract few characters, for example, I want to extract 0th index character starting from 0th till 3rd character. So what I'll do here is I'll say 0, I'll use the colon, and I'll say 3. So this command would give me all the characters indexed from 0 to 3. Please remember here that the last index value is always excluded, right? So this will give me 0, 1, 2. 3 would be excluded. If you want to print the 3rd index also, then you have to give it 0 to 4. So let's run this program. Amazing. So we have the characters printed on the output terminal which are indexed from 0, 1 and 2. See, 3 is not included here. So if I write 2 here, so it will give me 0 and 1. So the second index character would be excluded. So let's run it. Right, so you have a go here. Okay, now one more thing here which you must know is the default values. So we also have default values whenever we are extracting the characters from a string. Now what are these default values? Let me show you. For example, I want to extract the characters of this string and I do not define the starting index, but I only define the ending index, for example 7. Now here, when you're not supplying the starting index here, the Python would pick up the default value, which is 0. Let me show you by running the code. Right, so God is printed, so it has started from 0, so default value is taken. Similarly, you can also start from, let us say 1, and if I do not supply the end value, then it will take the default value. Now the default value for ending of the string is the length of the string, so it will go till the end, right? So let me show you by running the code. There, right? So I've given 1, so it has skipped this 0th index, it has started from OD and it is printing till the end, right? Now if start index is not specified and the end index is also not specified, that means I do not specify any of the index in my code, then it will pick the default values for both, right? So that means if I do not specify any of the index, then let's see what happens. I run the code. God is great. So that means it has picked up the default value for the start, which is 0, and the default value for the end, which is the length of the string. Right, so that is how these are the basic things which you must know about the strings. So keep practicing the things which you have learned, and to make your practice more fruitful, I have one exercise for you. So the exercise for today is, you need to enter a 7-letter word, right, and display characters at the index 1 to 5, right? So from the index 1 to index 5, you have to display the characters of a 7-letter word. Till then, happy coding and take good care. Bye bye.